Hello and welcome back to the 6th Street Underground, a Zenless Zone Zero fan cast discussing all things ZZZ. As always, I'm your host, Eric, and I'm joined by my ever wonderful co-host, Brian. Happy holidays, Brian!
Eric,
yes.
Put another Yule log on the fire, because in 2.5, we are going to be fuel for the night!
A ding 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 a ding 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 a ding bell.
See, I tied the holidays with 2.5.
You did so good, Brian.
I did it.
I'm so proud of you. And it felt very natural and not prepared at all. Brian, there's so much to talk about.
There's so much to talk about.
First of all, if you're listening to this episode on release day, and maybe you shouldn't be, maybe you should, hey, actually, if you're listening to this right now, pause. Go spend time with your family.
Don't do it. Spend time with us. We're your new family
We're your new family now.
Form a stronger parasocial relationship with us. Buy our merch. We don't have merch.
But if we did, you should buy it.
Make up merch, buy it, and then mail us the money.
Sponsor us for merch. Send us presents and in the form of gift cards and non-sequential bills to this P.O. box. Brian, you're a police officer, so don't listen. The P.O. box
It's not illegal for people to send you money.
Wait, it's not?
No.
We could have been grifting the whole time? We've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, you can always just ask people to send you money.
Money, please. But instead of money, we're instead getting a whole bunch of really great goodies in version 2.5.
But we're also kind of getting money because they are showering us with polychromes.
With polys, and then also giving us a chance to spend real money to get other things. But that's okay, too. We're drowning in new things. I want to talk about it. Before we jump into that, we talked about it some during the last episode, and I would be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about Banyue, because if we don't talk about him now, we may never get the chance
talk about him again.
Exactly. The shortest banner in Zenless Zone Zero history belongs to Banyue.
He's only available for 2 weeks, right?
It was a 2-week run for this character. I saw somebody said online that like Banyue feels like he's gonna have the lowest number of people who own him, but a higher than average number of people who own him at M6. Because if you went for him, you may have like really went for him. Did you put any rolls in the Banyue banner?
I put like 30 towards him.
How'd that go?
I got nothing.
No Banyue.
I'm 30 rolls closer to Yishingang.
Yeah, Zhao Guang.
To Zhao. I'm closer to Zhao. Yishingwang. I had the name and then I lost it.
It's a tricky one. And they tend to like using Zhao Guang more than Yisheng Guang anyways. So I feel like it may just become a SSU staple to call her Zhao Guang or Little Zhao or the new Void Hunter or whatever we want to say. I chronicled some of my Banyue experience on the Discord, but I was like, I'll put a couple rolls and see what happens. 4 rolls in, I lost 50-50. And I was like, I got Colada, which is fine. I was like, well, I was going to put more than 4 rolls into this banner. Now do I keep going?
10 rolls, that is, not just 4 rolls.
Well, I mean, I was like, maybe I'll just put a 10er and see what happens. So I was like, well, maybe I don't need him. Now I have a guaranteed Zhao Guang. It'll be okay. Smash cut 2 minutes later. I have Banyue. I like him. He's the first character that I was like, I normally like. I skipped Lighter. I skipped Scythe.
Hugo Vlad.
I skipped Vlad. I was ready to skip Banyue, but he's so cool. He looks so cool.
I will say, actually, after doing his character demo, I understood him a lot better, and he's definitely one of those that seems more intimidating when you try to read his moveset.
Yes.
And then once you figured out, it's press A somewhere between 1 to 3 times and then press B and then switch of press B 1 to 3 times, then press A.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he makes way more sense now than like he's not as complicated as he first appeared on paper.
Yes.
And so that's why I even put a couple like rolls towards him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a big stockpile. And I was like, I'm definitely going to go for unlimited Swordworks.
Yes.
Horse Girl when she comes out. So I was like, I can't go hard on him.
The thing that switched me to getting him was what we'll talk about some when we talk about what we know is coming with 2.5. I did want to give just a quick primer, if you will, on for people who either got Banyue and are trying to figure out how to use him, or for future events where we get these events where they give you a trial team to use, to a shortcut to making Banyue work. So like Brian said, it's not as complicated as he looks. He has a lot of different combos he can do. And somebody who's really in the weeds with him, each combo kind of has a purpose. The general, like Brian said, 3 basic attacks and an EX special is his really good for bosses single target damage attack. 3 special attacks and a basic attack is his really useful grouping. He does he throws his balls out and it looks really cool thing. Those are the ones you really need to know. If you use special, basic, special, it's really quick. So it's really good to throw that on at the end of another combo. The things that made him click for me, that made him work really well. One is, especially if you're using him against a boss, before the fight starts, hold attack. Because once per fight, per encounter of using him, he can drain half of his health and pre-fill up his bar. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, so you can quickly jump into that. I haven't messed with it much where for a Shiyu event where you might not want to use that till the final phase. But that's a way, every Rupture unit that's not Shifu, he can drain his health for resource. The real way to build that resource is by using his combos when he has enough of his EX special meter to convert that into the gold bar meter. You can make that happen faster by doing the animation canceling. And one thing I didn't realize was you can only use cancels if you've got some of his EX special bars saved up. But you can chain those for as much special bar as you have. So essentially you can do attack, 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 hit special. And while that animation's playing, if you mash attack, 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 special, you'll get a flash and he'll just straight up do that final attack again. And that builds up your bar. And you can do that as many times as you have resource. So that's a really good way to build up to his special form. And the last thing that really clicked for me was at any point during any of his combos, if you hit dodge and you don't hold a direction when you hit dodge, he turns into metal and freezes. And that's a counter. So you can pretty much counter whenever you want. And his counter does a lot of damage and it builds up his meters really quickly. So what really clicked for me was countering a lot. Those things put together, it gets you into his special form faster. If you are me or Brian or most people, once you're in special form, just hold special attack and he'll chain together a whole bunch of cool attacks and do a bunch of damage. If you're really tryharding, the way that form works is it lets you do his specials without using up your purple EX energy bar. To maximize damage, you wouldn't want to do what he does where he chains a whole bunch of different combos together. You would just chain together 3 basics and a special over and over and over and over and over again. Because it does more damage. But that's hard, and it's easier just to hold triangle. And once you've done that, no matter what, if somewhere after a combo you hold down basic attack, he does the cool, turns his back and smashes 2 big rocks together, and that does a bunch of damage, puts you back into normal form, rinse and repeat. So, Brian's just staring at me. Like I can tell I've fallen down the Banyue well. But if you're trying to get Banyue to work, or if you're trying him out, or if he comes up as a trial, mash your combos together, parry things as much as you possibly can, enter his special mode by holding attack, and then just hold triangle and you're good to go. The last things I'll say about Banyue, in a moment here, when we talk about 2.5, they did tease an A rank Rupture engine that's coming out that seems like it's going to be his best non-S rank engine. And 2, right now he's the only Rupture agent who doesn't get his meter by using their ultimate. I'm hoping that one day we get an update to him that makes it so his ultimate fills up that meter. That would make him a lot smoother to play. If you're a Banyue wanter, you still have a couple of days. I think he goes until 2.5 comes out, which is like next Wednesday. So you've got some time, but not a lot of time. I'm done talking about Banyue. Brian, you can come back into the room now.
I like his voice.
I knew it. He sounds cool.
He does sound really cool. No, I haven't played him because I just did the demo, so I don't have any input on how to like actually maximize. So I was like, I have nothing to contribute, so I'm just gonna do the thing Eric loves, where you can tell that my eyes are like zoning out and they start looking in 3 different directions,
glazing over. I was able to use him in one of the end game modes, and it felt really good to use. But I also he got Lucia and Dialin as like a support, and I feel like anybody with a Lucia and Dialin attached is gonna do pretty well anyways. Like,
not having rolled for or not having gotten Banyue, I'm still reminded how weak fire is on my account, because I have Orphe and she's good, but I don't know if she carries fire weak enemies.
She doesn't. She's
I still suck with Evelyn. Evelyn's still just I just don't get damage out with Evelyn.
I'm not willing to master chain cancels enough to use Evelyn optimally. But I mean, otherwise you're right. Like, when it comes to fire, we have Orphe, who really is there to support Seed or Sanby. And you've got Bernice, who is not carrying a fire team either. Even with these proposed updates for her, she's there to supplement somebody else.
She's the anomaly version of Orphe.
Exactly. So you've got Soldier 11, who desperately needs buffs. She's getting them, but desperately need buffs. And Evelyn, who, even when played optimally, is nowhere near the levels of a Miyabi or a Shiyuan, or even like Yidhari, who I've spent more time playing Yidhari, and the more I play her, the more I really like playing Yidhari, man.
Oh, I love playing Yidhari, but her moveset does not make her, like, there are certain, especially doing like the Hollow Zero runs.
Yeah.
I really noticed the weaknesses in her kit.
Yeah.
Compared to like other people. Like, Miyabi is still the gold standard for broken.
Yeah.
Because she can tackle anything that she can actually like kill. So like ignoring Rupture or like Miasma Priest, who is just immune to her.
Yeah.
But like Yidhari doesn't have as good of grouping, and especially fighting like Pompeii.
Yeah.
Pompeii is so annoying as Yidhari because he jumps around a lot, and the second he jumps while you're in the middle of your spin, you really feel like you're like, oh,
just
I don't have
time.
A good way to get. I can't just run across. Like, Miyabi has like 8 gap closers.
Yeah, plus a hold dash. Like,
yeah. I still love Yidhari. She's probably like my go-to if I'm just playing stuff now. But she's definitely still not like. She's S rank, and Miyabi is still triple S rank.
Yeah, I think it's the reactive gameplay piece as well for her. I do like that her spin groups enemies. It's got way more of a range than I expected. I think that's the thing that like Evelyn really misses out on, is there's no good way on an Evelyn team. There's no good way of dealing with more than one enemy. Where like You know,
it works in optimal situations where they're close enough to you
pre-group
when you're doing the 3 meter like garrote, and like that will suck people in. But again, that relies on you having built up your whole thing, and then you're like, I'm gonna spend it now and group them. So yeah, it's super situational.
I will admit right now, I have not, if they've released the actual adjustments for some of the characters who are getting updated, I haven't read the specifics yet. If Soldier 11 gets some like number changes and gets a grouping mechanic, she may skyrocket in the rankings, at least at like M6, which if everyone's like me, you've already got her at M6, so it's not a big deal.
Well, since we're already talking about upgrades. I'm very curious. So they've announced the upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
So the new upgrades are for Soldier 11, Grace, and Bernice.
Yep.
But they're changing how, because Ellen and Sambi already have their upgrades.
Yes.
Which they call potential. They're changing how that works, and they're retroactively applying it to them also.
Mm-hmm.
There's now going to be 6 tiers of upgrades. So if you already have Ellen or Sambi, you'll unlock the first level for free.
Okay.
So I'm curious if they're rolling back the changes, and like by level 6, Ellen and Sambi will be where they're at now.
Mm-hmm.
Or are Ellen and Sambi's level 1 potentials where they're at now, and then there's 5 more levels of Sambi getting buffed? Because if that's the case, she's going to be walking around like Monato and Banyue combined. She's going to be beefed out of her gourd. They'll be like, that enemy's weak to electric. They auto die upon her taking the field.
She's going to be the biggest person in the room. Like, she's the one guy from Kill la Kill. Like, who just always is present no matter what.
I am so curious to see. I'm assuming it is going to be the former, where they like rolled back and then like reintroduce the updates.
I actually think it's the latter. I think the first phase is like kit changes. And that's the one that you kind of get for free, that's easy to get access to. It's the new attacks. It's the follow-up EX special for Sambi. It's the iframes in Ellen's kit, stuff like that. All those other tiers, I think they're just like steroids.
Just stats.
They're just stat increases. And that's why like there's a currency exchange involved, and they will get stronger, but it's going to take a little bit of time, and it's going to require doing things. Because even with her updates, Ellen's not keeping up. Ellen's in a difficult field because she's got to compete with Hugo and Yunhari and Miyabi. Not Midyabi.
Miyabi.
I just said Midyabi on accident. Please don't flame me, everybody. She's not mid at all. We love Miyabi here. In this house, we love Miyabi. But Ellen's got a lot of catch up to do. And then not only is Sambi like better now, she's like the face of the game. Like, and Anbi's on the logo on your, like, when you download the game, they want her to be stronger. But I think that's a really cool way of like keeping characters updated as the game grows. They have announced they're going to do that for all standard banner S rank characters.
Yeah, that's the part I think buffed. Is the coolest. Is that these essentially free characters, because you'll get all of them eventually just from rolling. They're getting updated. They're not just getting abandoned.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you'll get them without ever spending money. We don't care if they're good or not. Like they are actively trying to, even if they're not always going to be like the best.
Yeah.
They're still going to be usable. So that gives you hope of like, oh, my favorite character, like Bernice,
Soldier 11, Bernice.
I love Bernice, but she's not amazing.
Did you know my Bernice is Mindscape 1? I forgot that I rolled for it. Like, I have an M1 Bernice with her W engine.
Nice.
Yeah, please update Bernice. It seems like what they want to do is have standard banner characters. I'm going to use Soldier 11, Nekomata as like the big examples, because they're the DPS standard characters, and so like they're the ones that have the hardest, like, the easiest to compare. I feel like they want an M6 S11 or an M6 Nekomata or similar to be competitive with like the second or third best in their respective fields. Maxed out Nakamata is not going to be doing more than Zhao Guang. Zhao Guang's the new hotness. That's legit. But we want her to be able to keep up with someone like Alice, maybe, or even like Jane Doe, which I think Jane Doe is probably going to end up getting some more tweaks at some point as well to keep her competitive. So it's very promising. Some characters are just going to get stats. Some characters get whole new animations. If you've seen the animation for Grace that they've added where she just like random BS go hurls grenades at enemies over and over again, it's amazing. Let's real quick. Do you have anything? I know between last recording and this recording, you have now played all of the events. Did anything stand out to you, or they were fine?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
I loved the Neon Genesis Evangelion reference at the end of Golden Mecha. I was playing, and then I loved it because I was like, oh, I get it. And then at the end, they're like, why did we do this? This makes no sense.
Like, clearly the director had just like watched Neon Genesis Evangelion. I was like, this would be kind of cool. Like even the like pre-level like zoom in on the robot before it shot up the elevator into the field. Yeah. Like it's all. I haven't watched Evangelion in a long time, but I was like, okay, I see a lot of the connections here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up getting to Ether rank just for the title.
I knew you would.
Also because it was super easy.
Yeah.
Just spam double yoke and you win.
Yeah. Double yoke was legit. Man, if this was a permanent game mode, if Brian ever couldn't make a recording, I'd just spend the entire recording talking about Bang Boo Auto Chess. But I'm not going to make people suffer through that because I already went on a Banyue tear this episode.
But then other than that, yeah, like you said, all the... I do kind of like... I don't know if... I mean, presumably it was intentional.
Yeah.
But the more time-intensive events happen first. So like now... We're on like the Zhao one where like you literally talk to her for 2 minutes and then you get free polys.
What a relief. Now, did you do Zhao as it released, or were you able to do multiple days at once?
I did it as it released.
Because I don't know, and this is what I'm telling everybody, if you're listening, you better get on it if you've been putting it off. I don't know if you can do the Zhao event all in one day. It may be a day-gated sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So if I'm wrong, somebody in the Discord tell me. But if I'm not wrong, if you haven't started doing the Zhao event, do it right now. It will take you all of 3 minutes a day to do it. And it's straight up just 60 polychromes a day to talk to somebody for a couple of minutes. It's way worth it. Yeah. I appreciated that. I appreciate like the balance of, I know there's been some talk in our Discord about like, there's a lot of events and they've been doing a good job of like giving us time for it and balancing long events to short events, but there are a lot. So like you kind of want to self-pace your way through it.
Yeah. I ended up sitting on them for like a week or two. Mm-hmm. And then I just sat down one of my days off and I did like all of them, of the ones that were out in like one day. And it took like 4 or 5 hours. I was going to guess
4 to 5 hours. That makes sense to me.
And then I was like, the auto chess has a cap of 300 points a day for competitive.
Yeah.
So like that one, it took like, even if you wanted to, you still had to like log in and do a couple battles. But it only took like 2 battles a day. If you won, then 2 battles a day, you hit your cap and you were done.
You can grind it afterwards, but just like way decreased how many points you get for your rank. Because I ended up getting excited about it after I got to like gold and just like powering through to ether rank, but it took a while. As long as you score in the top 4, you'll get some points. Amount of points. And the good news is to balance matchmaking, you're not always playing against 7 real people. Frequently, you're playing against 3 or 4 real people, and then a handful of bots that make random decisions. So you're
dang it, Eric! You got us on auto chess again. We got too much to talk about.
I want to talk about auto chess. We should talk about what you guys are really here for: the Jingle Nights spectacular that is everything coming to us in a little under a week from now for version 2.5. We're gonna kind of go through an order, but Brian and I have a complete inability to do anything sequentially. So let's just talk about how exciting.
It looks like it's going to be huge.
It's going to be big, yo.
I'm hoping. I know some people get annoyed. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that it takes a while to get through the story.
Yeah.
Because I would hate if this is like a 3-hour story.
Yeah.
And like they rush through things. Like I want it to feel big and bold, and like I want there to feel like there's stakes on the line.
Yeah.
I know Belle will be okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if Wenceslas will be okay.
Yeah.
I hope he isn't.
No, if he goes away, we lose the one running bit for our podcast. We
That's
need
true.
Winnebago to stay in here as long as possible.
And I mean, we both know that they're not going to kill Workshop.
Yeah.
Because some people do play him for some reason.
Yeah.
Instead of leaving him at home where he belongs, in the kitchen.
Shout out to the one person in our Discord who continuously plays as Washington. We love you.
But
yeah, I'm with you.
So,
I think they've also been like really transparent about like they know people have had some complaints about the story to begin with. I would also be willing to bet this is going to be a longer one.
yeah.
And there may be long segments of, if other Hoyo properties are to be believed or any indicator, there may be long segments of you experiencing a story versus like fighting things. But it seems like they have a lot they want to say. They want to do a lot with Ye Shengwang. They want to resolve where Ye Shiyuan went, which apparently is like related to the creator's power. They hinted at a power bigger than the creator. Like the thing that gave the creator its power is out there, is one of the things hinted at during this story.
And they are circling back to the version 0 story.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you caught it.
Yeah.
In the where they say Yokai has returned to Waifei Peninsula.
Yes.
Yokai being one of the AI. So they are getting back to the AI overplot.
The pre-story AI stuff is coming back. Yeah. They're bringing back like all of the different threads. They're like little nods to the fact that, do you guys remember that we came here because we're looking for information about our mentor? We're still doing that too. I promise it's coming. And amidst all of that, this narrative chunk is also Zhao Guang's character story. So we're going to find out she's clearly been planning something. She's ready to fully sacrifice things.
They show her in the little teaser. They show her floating down in her Supreme Ultima form.
Yeah.
So something's going to happen. I'm predicting that the sword case probably breaks.
Okay.
Or either breaks or things get so out of hand, because they also show Miyabi showing up.
Yep.
So if we got Miyabi showing up, things are going bad.
Yes.
If narratively they're bringing in the big guns. So I am thinking Sarah Creator is going to be a huge threat.
Yep.
And they're going to be like, oh no, hit the oh crap bell and bring everyone.
Ring the big bell.
This is going to be like Bringer 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Ether Boogaloo.
Well, I know watching the full video, like they had one of the narrative designers on. I think her name was Rice Cake, which is an amazing name. And she was talking about like there's a lot of stuff around. They wanted to make lots of people come back in together again. They also like there's a lot of talk about the regular form of Zhao Guang and her Ultima form are two sides of the same person. And it's not about like in that Ultima form, like she needs to learn how to live and be a part with this other aspect of her personality. It's not a different individual. So there's going to be this back and forth. There's also tons of talk about like, this is the way it works. The sword consumes memories. It makes you forget everything and go numb, and then you die a painful death. And then like right after, it's Zhao Gang going like, you changed my fate, and our love can keep us together. And I never thought that my love, like, that our connection could save me this way. And then thanks to you, Proxy, we can change fate. So there's a very real chance that we get a big anime like this is how the sword works, but thanks to the magic of Belle, she's saved. That's clearly coming. I just want to see how they do it. You know?
I mean, I think it would also be really cool if it's not just like anime BS, the power of love. Like, Carol Arna was working on this. Like,
yeah.
They're like, Carol Arna created Belle and Whimsy.
Yeah.
And they were like, these are going to be people, like, we're seeing, like, these are going to be magic people. Because we see them, like, in the video, like, they have more, there's more stuff with their eyes.
Yep.
It's the eyes, Eric.
The eyes have it.
But so, like, imagine Carol created Belle to be this, like, lodestone that just draws everyone together because she knows there's this big encounter coming.
Yeah.
And so, like, Belle can buff everyone and then just send them into the void and do what the Void Hunters couldn't the first time.
And it's all thanks to the secret creator power inside Belle's eyes.
It's the power of gooning, Eric.
There's another side to this where all those things Ye Sheng Wang was saying was not directed towards Belle, and it's actually directed towards Ye Shiyuan, who's devoted his whole existence to trying to save his sister. There is a reality, folks, where Horse Brother takes on all the bad curse stuff for his sister, and we lose him.
That has been his stated goal.
It's kind of his whole jam. So he may be successful, and all the things that we're saying about Belle being a superhero also probably true. But the developers really like to take people's excitement for these characters and be like, oh nope, actually that one's gonna die. So there's gonna be a lot. There's a lot.
Don't forget, we still have Vivian's premonition of Belle dying or falling and possibly dying.
What a good, like, twist on the player base if, like, the post credits to version 2.5 is them, like, connecting back to that again, and, like, they're actually kicking that can further down the road, and it had nothing to do with the whole Wi-Fi Peninsula storyline. That would be great.
I mean, yeah. Because they've announced that there's at least going to 2.7, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I think you're right. But it will.
So
like 2.5,
that means 2.6 is going to be another Spook Shack
or
story.
Angels of Delusion. They're setting Angels of Delusion up to be another, like, fun aside group versus, like, a main narrative progression group. So 2.6 could be Angels or Spook Shack, and then go ahead.
I was gonna say, because we had the exact same thing with Astra, Yao, and Evelyn.
Yep.
Where, like, they were a fun little break, but narratively didn't really connect to anything.
Yep. Which in hindsight really skews our end of version 1.0 rankings immensely. But it's fine. We'll tackle it later. You were right.
I told you were overestimating Astra Yao's.
This is my holiday admission of misremembering important parts of the story.
That's the only gift I ever wanted. Was
Good.
Me being right.
I'll return what I got for you. And then 2.7 will set up for 3.0.
Yeah, that'll be them having their, all right, cool, like, we fixed Wi-Fi Peninsula and everything's rebuilt, and now we're going back to New Eridu.
Yeah, the mayor.
They have announced, they did talk about how we are returning to New Eridu and 6th Street and everything for 3.0.
I was definitely like, I was doing some housekeeping stuff, but I was doing it in 6th Street instead of Wi-Fi Peninsula. And man, I just loved hearing that music again. Like, that whole ambiance was nice to kind of be back in.
I'm hoping maybe they do, like, an overhaul for 6th Street, so that way you can keep some of, like, because I like the gameplay overhaul of Wi-Fi where, like, everything's right there and you can just run from spot to spot. That was really nice.
I bet we get like a new like you know, if you leave the shop and turn left, there's like a road and you can't go past it. I bet they've got a lot of space in that area they could like tweak or revise or who knows. Brian, let's talk characters because we could do this all day. We are for sure getting Ye Xiaoguang. We're getting Little Yao. She's going to run the entirety of... So following Banyue being the shortest banner in history, the new Void Hunter will run the entire length of the patch.
And Zhao.
And Zhao.
They are releasing Zhao and Jiao.
Yeah.
I don't have the ability to speak Chinese enough to make a difference between those two.
And little Zhao is not talking about the little one, because the little one is called Zhao and the taller one is little Zhao.
And regular Zhao. Both of them are being released on the 30th.
Yep.
You're getting Zhao for free,
yes.
But you have to spend money for Zhao.
Yes. You're killing me. Okay. Zhao Guang you have to roll for. I almost said furry Zhao, which I'm going to avoid doing. Fuzzy Zhao we're getting for free.
Yes.
The proof that the defender class is not dead after all. Here she comes, and she's going to your pockets for free.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure she's like grade A #1 support for Zhao Guang. It seems like just from looking at the way her mechanics work and the way Zhao Guang really cares about other characters triggering Ether Veil. It gives her like 3 out of the 5 charges she needs to enter her enhanced state. And Fuzzy Zhao, is able to trigger that. So it's cool that we're getting it for free, because I'm going to be real with you, Brian. I was probably not going to roll for her if I had to.
Oh, absolutely not. Not compare. Like, anyone who's not sure if Ye Xiaoguang is anything like Miyabi, the Void Hunter release is going to be broken for at least 6 months.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, absolutely busted. And then, like, 6 months down the line, once they introduce a new mechanic that will kneecap the current Void Hunter.
It'll get you halfway through to 3.x, getting her. That's just
also, she looks so cool.
She looks so cool.
Who doesn't want a character who just opens up a suitcase full of knives?
Just triggers her quick sword rain, and has like, she's got her own personal Ether Veil, which is the first time we've seen an Ether Veil that's not Wellspring in the game, which is pretty cool.
Which also, to be fair, is the first time we have new ruptures since... Well, no. Does Banyue do Ether Veil?
No.
Or Wellspring?
No, he does not. He does not trigger Ether Veil Wellspring. But Lucia triggers it. Yadhari can trigger it on her own.
Because those two were partners.
Fuzzy Zhao can trigger it. When she triggers an Ether Veil, it's the Ether Veil Wellspring. It's only so far, the only new one that's been added is going to be Ye Xiaoguang's. That is a special one just for her, just during her altered form. And when she leaves it, it goes back to Wellspring. Like,
perfect.
It's cool. But like during her thing, we'll talk about her kit more later, but she gets like a free ultimate that she can do that without consuming her ultimate points, whatever those are called, that she can do during sword rain mode. Decibels. So she's already got like more things she can do. In the video, they tease that you can, if you've got her in her enhanced state and you swap to Dial In and you have Dial In trigger a free ult, it triggers her enhanced state ult for free. So you can get 2 of those in a single rotation. Like
it's going to be gross.
It's going to be wild, man.
Depending on how easy that is to do.
Yeah.
It's good. It's going to be super gross. I feel like it's going to be one of those. She's going to be gross, and if you play her optimally, like you'll walk in, the boss will be like, "Nope, you got it. I'm not even taking this. I'm going."
I mean, like it's just like Miyabi. When Miyabi came out, she rendered like a lot of things that had previously been pretty challenging, completely negligible, just because of the range of her attacks and the ease with which she could do things, and the 800 iframes that she has built into her kit.
The iframes plus the counters. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm very excited for her. She looks cool.
Yep.
She looks like she's going to play cool.
Yep. Zhao,
despite the fact that she's supposed to be a horse, no one thinks she looks like a horse character.
I thought she looked like a horse character.
I'm excited for the Uma Musume crossover with her.
We'll cross over her with what's her name from Arc Knights that was also a horse person. Neural. She had a shield. Don't look at me in that tone of voice, Brian. You know who I'm talking about.
No, it's been so long since I played Arc Knights. The only one I remember is Aura farming fox guy.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Silver something.
Yeah. Welcome to our Arc Knights podcast. Okay, so free Zhao. I wasn't gonna roll for her. Now I will absolutely build her. She's an interesting character. They've gone all in on like cartoony animations and cartoony everything, and underneath that belies like a powerhouse scary person. I'm not 100% sold, but small girl big sword's a pretty cool thing, and if she makes my Ye Guang better, I'm here for it. Brian, do you remember what else we're getting for free in addition to a copy of a viable and like almost necessary S rank agent?
We get a free Jane going clubbing outfit.
I don't know how they got this past the censors, man. The Jane Doe skin is...
They got it past the censors because it doesn't show any of the no-no parts. It gets very close to them and then stops.
I feel like they've had like a release of characters like intentionally lowering raising the bar, I should say. It must be something like I heard like the Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who make South Park, whenever they make an episode, they'll put 3 or 4 jokes that they're so over the top, they know they're going to get cut. And because those get cut, other ones that should have probably been cut get to stay in because like they
you got to throw the sacrifices out.
Yeah. There's got to be a version of this skin that's like very clearly was never going to get past the Play Store. But not only are they giving it to us, they're giving it to us for free.
Yeah,
which is
that's
incredible.
Nice.
And it also means that you can now run the double physical anomaly team and have a team that's all 3 and skins and essentially bathing suit skins, which is kind of cool because you can do Alice, Yadhari, Jane. It's great, man. I really like this skin.
Wait, you mean Yuzuha?
Yeah, I said Yadhari. Yuzuha.
I was like, why would you run Yadhari with him?
Listen,
also, Yadhari doesn't have a skin.
Yadhari doesn't have a skin.
Not yet.
Much to our chagrin.
There's also a Ying Wang skin coming out. It's her casual outfit.
Yeah.
That costs money.
I think I said it last episode. It's cool. I actually like her base outfit more.
I don't think I would go out of my way to get it.
But, you and I also didn't go out of our way to get the Shuyuan skin. We didn't go out of our way to get the Astra Yao skin.
Oh, God, yeah, I forgot she has a skin.
Yeah. It's a good tradition of them being like, we've released a skin because it's cute, but also we did such a good job of designing the character, you don't need the skin. We did get we're getting an interesting thing with her that we haven't seen before. We are getting a new Bangbu. And instead of being a faction-specific Bangbu, it is a character-specific Bangbu.
Also, it looks adorable with its like buck teeth.
It's cute. It's got its buck teeth. It likes to fly around throwing swords. But if you run it with Shengguang, when you use her ultimate, it also tries to stand on his sword and buff itself and then hurl swords at people.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's great. But it is a character-specific Bangbu, which is fascinating, and they expect pretty much everyone who's playing the game to end version 2.5 with a Ye Shengguang in their account, is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of know that's happening.
Because also they're doing a top-up event.
They're doing a top-up event.
So if you... Well, there was a lot of stuff that actually falls into it. I have to... It was, in addition to buying polychromes,
yeah,
it also counts if you buy the Eridu fund.
Yep.
So like if
The
you
battle
buy a
pass.
bunch of different things, you get like tickets, and once you have enough tickets, then you get a free character.
Yes, and there's 9 choices. Normally, like I thought they would just do like just the S rank, the standard banner characters. It's all the standard banners, plus, let's see, I don't have it pulled up. Jane Doe.
It was Jane Doe,
Chingy,
Bernice.
Bernice.
I think.
Yeah. Yes, it's Jane Doe, Chingy, and Bernice. Which I personally will probably end up topping up and trying to get a free character. Everything in my brain says most of these characters that I actually use, like a Bernice or a Jane Doe, would benefit from having another Mindscape. It's also a chance for me to get Chingy, who I don't have yet. So I'm probably going to get Chingy.
I don't know, because I have all 3 of them, so I'm like, I think part of it might depend on how things turn out with pulling for Xiao Guang.
Yeah.
So I might end up getting one of them for free just because I'm trying to get Xiao Guang. There's also,
journey.
In addition, you know, we've already said it like 8 times. They're doing something they've never done before, Eric.
Yeah.
Halfway through 2.5, they are having a triple rerun banner.
A super triple rerun banner.
They are rerunning Alice, Sanby, and Astra Yao.
Which explains why they hadn't run Sanby yet. We kept talking about, like, why do they update her and then not rerun her? They've been saving her for this super banner. Because the super banner, one thing is your first 10 roll is discounted. It's 20% off to the first 10 roll towards the character. The other big thing is no 50-50. When you get the S rank, you get the character you want.
Yeah.
Full stop. Which is very kind.
It's if you are like some of the people in our Discord has started recently or like took some breaks or stuff, this is a really good time to shore up like gaps in your roster. You can get Astra Yao, who even though she has been replaced by a lot of more specific, she's still an amazing support. And especially she might be good again. I mean, probably not as good as others, but she's probably going to be coming back as because Xiao Guang is she's an attacker, right?
Yeah, so Xiao Guang
she's an attacker.
Isn't going to be
and Astra
like,
Yao was always good with attacker stunner.
Exactly. And also, like, sometimes they'll run things like Deadly Assault or the new updated Shiyu defense, which the final phase does require 3 teams. But if 2 of the enemies are, like, anomaly weak, you only have 1 Yuzuha. So you're going to need somebody else. Like, especially like Brian was saying, like, if you've got a newer account and you didn't get her the first time, strong supporters are like way more evergreen than attackers are, and you can essentially slot Astra Yao into almost any team in the game, and while she might not be the absolute best for that team, she enhances that team immensely.
Yeah, she's never a detriment. She's never like, I just need to fill a spot. Yep. She's always like, she's still good. She still gives you free. She's got the heals. Man. She's got free powered switches. Like, she's just good.
Yep. And she's also like, if we're looking at like the trajectory of them updating characters, there's a chance that at some point she does get an update, because she doesn't do a lot when she's off field, but stand in the corner and put up a silhouette. And they're trying to update characters to do more as Aftershock. So she was like right on the edge of them like adding Aftershock as a mechanic. Long story short, she's worth picking up if you don't have her. Alice stays good. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, also, if you're really, really, really bored with Hollow Zero, you can try running a DPS Astra Yao build, because for whatever reason, they tried that with her... I forget what they're even called. Her Hollow Zero device is, she has 2 of her 3 are built around her being a main field damage dealer, which is absolutely hilarious because it is so bad.
It's fun. It's not great, but In addition to her being on there, we've already hyped up S&B, so we're not going to do it anymore. But if you don't have S&B and you feel like you are lacking on electric attackers, Silver Soldier Ambi is phenomenal. She also pairs amazingly with like Trigger or Magus and Orphe, but she's also just like in her own right now, she's really good. And then Alice is an interesting thing to hype up because, assuming you've been following what we've talked about earlier, if you had a deficit on your account for physical attacker, you probably don't anymore because Zhao Guang is here. But Anomaly
Alice,
with her, yeah.
Alice pairs very well with Dial-In.
Alice pairs amazing with Dial-In. I haven't actually run her with Dial-In. I always run her.
Actually, she doesn't. There's actually a hidden debuff where Alice does 25% lower damage.
Because of the lack of symmetry?
Yep. There isn't actually, but it reminds me of the like beginning days of like League of Legends where there were like hidden buffs and debuffs. Yeah. And they're like, this is fun. And then people are like, mechanically, this is stupid.
Yeah. It's right there alongside being able to use Koleda and Ben together to get a special ultimate attack because they're on the same team and they never did it again. But there are enemies who are anomaly weak enemies, weak to physical. Alice is really good. She pairs, I mean, she's obviously going to be good with Yuzuha, but Alice gives me the chance to play Jane Doe, which is nice because otherwise, like, Jane Doe doesn't really come out. But anytime where, like, I'll run the triple physical team, if it doesn't quite get there, Alice, Yuzuha, Vivian is a really strong, it's maybe the strongest anomaly team right now.
Oh yeah, that's one of my go-to is the Yuzuha, Alice, Vivian.
They play it's Alice plus all of her umbrellas do some
triple
swimsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops, all swimsuits. There's another team you can run all swimsuits on. Anyways, the other nice thing is if you're like Brian and myself and you have all three of those characters, it's a chance to kind of recover your account some before the next swath of new characters comes out. After going hard for,
I might have quite a bit of downtime from pulling because if the next banners, if 2.6 is going to be the Angels. Idol pop star, I currently have no interest in pulling for any of them.
Me neither. Now, folks, Christmas gift for everybody. Go ahead and clip Brian and I saying that we have no interest in these characters, and then talk to us again come mid-January.
They're going to have to do something really interesting. They're going to have to
sell me.
What would have gotten me interested is if they like had a surprise mech, which is why I almost pulled for Seed.
Yeah,
because I loved her mechanic of just having a mech.
Yeah.
And I might pull for Seed a second time if she comes around for like during a good time because I did really like her character, but I just didn't need her.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm not interested in the Pop Idol. I've never been interested in the Pop Idol group.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to do something to really make them interesting for me to want to spend money on them.
I think I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not super like I'm not one of those people, and shout out to people who are into it. Like I'm not a big VTuber person. I'm not I don't play Blue Archive, which should tell you a lot.
I don't even know what that is.
I'll tell you after the podcast, Brian.
Okay.
I want to see what they do to make these characters. Zenless, the team behind Zenless has consistently surprised me with their ability to make me care about a character I otherwise was kind of neutral on.
That is a good point.
But I have a lot of trouble, I don't know how else to phrase this, rolling for characters who are coded as minors. If only because the internet discourse around those characters gets very hairy very quickly. But if they're not our cup of tea, we have a lot of time to recover, and maybe I will roll for like another Mindscape for Silver Soldier Ambi, because man, is she just fun to play. And she apparently is just going to keep getting stronger, it sounds like, so why wouldn't we just keep going for it?
Yeah.
Some other things. Else? So there is there's co-op.
That's going to be a big thing.
Yep.
That's huge.
Co-op and teams, crews, like squads or whatever it's called.
Outpost.
So, when that feature goes live, I will make a 6th Street Underground outpost. If you want to join that, join the Discord, because that's where I'm going to be able to share like the invitation or whatever it is. But if that's something you're interested in, I'll make that. You guys can all see how mid Brian and I actually are when we play this game.
No. I'm really curious to see how it all works out, because like they talked about how like if you're struggling, so it's good for like catch-up mechanics.
Yeah.
Because like if you're struggling to clear something, you can throw up a commission.
Okay.
And your other proxies can pick up the commission and knock it out for you. Presumably there will be like hopefully
there will be events,
the way it works
sure
is going to be whoever puts it up gets the full rewards for clearing.
Okay.
And then we also get some reward.
Yeah.
Because I would hate the idea of like you
pure
put it
altruism.
up and you get like, well, no, not pure altruism. I don't mind, but I would hate if the person who puts it up doesn't get the full reward.
Yeah, they need to get the full stuff. I'm here for it mostly in terms of like when they do events. It'll be cool to have some kind of like group network thing. I like the idea of it. I like that there's not just like tacking it on. They're making it a whole like element of the game. They've put some thought and energy into it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm also curious to see how the co-op event, because they talk about like you co-op and then you'll be doing like mazes together.
Yeah.
So presumably it's like each person will be on their own path, and it'll be kind of like in some of those like JRPGs where you have to split the party to like activate switches. So like there won't be too much actual integration.
Yep.
Although I'm also imagining a situation where it's super wild and like each of you is like you have like 3 teams. You're each running through different legs of the maze.
Yeah.
And the final battle is just like 5 bosses in an arena, and each of you has your teams.
That would be cool.
Like it would be cool. I don't see it happening because for people who play on phone, I'm imagining your phone trying to keep up with 5 bosses being attacked by 5 teams of 3, where everyone pops Yexing Wang at one time and just
catches on fire. Like a bad.
So I don't think
bait,
that would.
It catches on fire.
That would never happen.
Well, I know like the there have been multiplayer events in Genshin that had nothing to do with fighting. They were like pseudo competitive or collaborative, like running around, jumping, doing fun mechanics and things like that. They having co-op in the game opens up opportunities for a lot of fun games. The same way they've been able to experiment with like Bangbu Tower Defense or Bangbu Auto Chess or some of those other things. And like we saw it a little bit with the Bang Guys, Fall Guys, Bangbu's event as well, right? So I'm interested to see what they do with it. It'll be cool to have a system in there. I predict that it will be a neat mechanic, but it will not be overly emphasized, just because that's been kind of the tradition for most new mechanics. Is like, this is cool, here you can do it. It's not required for most things. There's a slew of other events that, for the sake of time and the listener's sanity, like I don't think we need to dive into, but there's a lot of events coming up. Friendly reminder, don't put them all off till the last day sometimes, especially since they've been using events to kind of help flesh out characters a little bit. And there's so much they want to pack into 2.5. I'm willing to bet there's going to be some pretty neat lore stuff, or especially around Yexing Wang and all these events that are going to be coming out.
Also, there are 2 new disk drives. One of them is specifically for Yexing Wang.
Yep. Because
it buffs physical damage and buffs you while you're in Ether Veil. So the amount of characters that this will apply to is currently 1.
And if it's like, so it buffs them by giving them 12% crit rate, which is a lot of crit rate. And then if you're an attack agent, you get an additional 12% crit rate. So 24% crit rate is insane.
And 10% attack.
And 10% attack just for being Yexing Wang. Essentially. Or Nekomata.
Yeah. And then they also have the other one is going to be for Ether Anomaly, which means right now it will only apply to Vivian, although something tells me that will.
Well, it's called Shining Aria, and they've announced a character named Aria. So there's a good
That's what
chance.
I was going to say. I was like, this one is clearly setting up for one of the angels.
It might play with Vivian, but you have to hit enemies with a basic attack. So like, we'll see. Brian and I are not theory crafters, but I'm actually kind of relieved that they've slowed down a little bit on the number of new sets coming out. Like the number of characters, a number of Rupture characters that all use essentially Shifu's set, the black and white one. Like all Rupture characters care about that. So it's been nice to not have to keep farming brand new sets over and over again, but to instead invest heavily in getting a large repertoire of a certain set to be able to build out characters.
Especially since, like, was it the most recent one they released? I don't know if anyone actually used it. The one that was like pure attacker or like pure defender, pure support or something. Where it was like, at most, you'd have a handful of characters who would do a 2-set for it. So it was almost like it was like they put it out there and then people were like, it's still not good enough to replace anything that's already out there.
Yeah, let's see. I actually have it pulled up. There was one set, like the one that buffs straight up attacking, I think only is good for Seed, and even then it was like marginally better. The other side of it was Moon Knight, was the energy regen, and then enhancing people from using EX specials or ults. That one ended up being a really good support set for a lot of characters. But it was a lot easier to build those characters than like farming the other set, which also has the best stunner. King of the Summon. It's got like Jafufu set, but it's also just like straight up the best stunner set for like every stunner in the game. You know?
Speaking of which, bad news for people who love to grind infinite disk drives. You will now be able to pick your substats when you are crafting them at Bardic Needle.
What a great adjustment. It really does, like you said, man, it must have been months ago, that like most of your character building comes from Bardic Needle. And I think you said you really just run like the actual disk drive sets, knowing that those are all going to get trashed and become resources for using them at Bardic Needle to actually get what you want.
It's because it's such a slog, and I think, like we said, the most annoying part is the fact that most disk drives that you're getting have 1 to 2. Well, all of them have 1 to 2 that substats that are like unknown.
Yeah.
So you have to invest into them, hope that they're decent. Then you still have to hope that the upgraded stats are. It's like it's a good mechanic for like infinite grind, but there's already enough that you're constantly grinding that you end up with all these characters that are marginally built, or you just dedicate way too much time into grinding.
It's good to have something to farm. I mean, the one thing I'll say is like I'm pretty sure you will not be able to infinitely choose like customized discs in that way. Like there's going to be, it's going to require resources, and so like just selectively. Yeah. But
because it already requires the limited resource to even do the main stat. So it's definitely not going to be something you can do infinitely. But if you're already like, it's good that they're giving you the option at all, because there was nothing like it sucked using a very limited resource to get a main stat of your choice, and then you get garbage substats, and you just wasted that resource.
HP percent, flat defense, flat attack. And you're like, well, great. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
They're also changing how farming works.
Yep.
So you can now just get ether batteries, which can basically just automatically clear things. Basically the same as the tickets that you could use to clear the 1.0 stuff.
Yeah.
You can do that, and you can change battery charge into these batteries, and the Victoria housekeeping tickets are turning into these.
Cool.
So this is just a way to like quickly farm through stuff, which is nice, because especially when you're doing like, it was a nice that they recognized it for disk drives first of like, this was the extra tedious part, but now you're like, all right,
knock it out
I
quick.
just have to clear physical chips in order to build Yexing Wang.
Yeah.
I can sit there and just constantly spend it, or just let me say, all right, cool, I cleared 10 of them. Here's all the chips. There you go. Move on with your day.
Yeah.
It's nice things where they're respecting our time.
One of the things that we haven't highlighted before that I wanted to highlight now is we talked about how we like the Victoria housekeeping tokens. They increased the cap that you can hold, because used to be it was 10. And now I don't know what the cap is, because I think
they just lifted the cap.
There's no cap.
It's unlimited.
So that means that when the next set comes out, I can just like drop a whole bunch to get some of Zhao Guang's set. They're updating it even more, but the new temple management, which have you messed with temple management since they made it automatic?
There's no reason to. It's nice that once you finish temple management, you unlock it. So you still have to go through it. But because I think we talked about it in our Discord, where some people were like, I don't even really do it, because especially like once the Devon tokens were still worth it, because that's where like the cool, like the good stuff was locked. But the actual coin currency was, so it wasn't worth really thinking about, because you got so little actual reward from it.
In 2.4, they made it so it auto manages for you. So it's on PlayStation, it's hitting the square button twice a day, because it auto does everything. You just tell it to auto manage. And if you have not reached your cap for Devon tokens, it will auto farm those for you as well. So like you just go in, you send them out. It
does everything you need.
Grab them the next day. So I've been doing that just because like it's easy. They are updating it more with the new update to do more with that system, which is really like if you have otherwise been completely ignoring that temple, it's so low footprint and easy now. It would be worth doing again, just because they can. That is another currency that they can play with to use to like provide other things for you from. So like it's a very easy thing to maintain. I'm glad they've added more to it. It's the lowest footprint imaginable, and we're getting a new system to manage with the new patch anyways, with the artifacts system that's being added. So that will be a thing to look into as well, and we'll detail that more once that's in our hands.
It kind of looks like they're basically just like, all right, we did Sui Bian Temple, it'll always be there, but and they even said like they're removing the weekly refresh, so it looks like they're basically they're shelving it. You'll be able to like clear it out and get all of the like unique stuff, but it's no longer going to be, like you said, looks like it's at least partially being replaced by this new antique store.
Yep.
Which, maybe they've got a good track record of saying, hey, we tried something, we've learned from it. Yeah. Now we're shelving it and we're doing something new. Because they did that with the guy in Lumina Square, the guy who has like a handful of things to put on the shelf. The guy who's a stand-in for the people who make the music for Zenless. And they like add things to his shop every now and then. But if you've just been doing your weekly stuff, you're stacked on his currencies. Same thing with like the trash can coins that they haven't really done. That may come back when they come back to 6th Street, but it's a good balance of giving you things to do to like manage, but not having so many things that if you were a new player joining in like version 4.2, you would have like 800 systems to go back and touch up with and maintain and like what have you. The other thing that we haven't mentioned is they are updating Shiyu defense to make it, 1, faster, and 2, a little bit more involved. They're bringing it from the reset will be 5 stages instead of 7. And the 5th stage requires 3 teams now instead of 2. And it's as far as I could tell, I can't read Chinese, so when they were showing pictures, I couldn't parse what it looked like. It looks like it's a net score,
is what gets you the rankings for stage 5. So instead of it being like Deadly Assault where all 3 teams have to do well, you could have 1 or 2 teams do really, really well, and the 3rd team kind of limp through the gate and still get all the rewards for that node.
Which they kind of do already. Like, Deadly Assault is similar.
Yeah.
Where you only need 6 stars to max out the polys, and then like 7 through 9 just gets you more of the like weekly resource.
Yep.
So it's kind of nice that they also are still keeping in mind not maxed out end game players where like you can do stuff and still get the full reward. You're not like, some games are just like, oh, you haven't spent enough money to keep up with the current meta. You're just not going to clear it.
It's not going to happen. And the other thing is like, because like now if you clear stage 5, when it resets, it auto clears stages 1 through 3 for you. So you only have to do 2 phases on a Shi
Well, it's
reset.
always done that.
No, I mean, now when you do a Shi reset, you have to redo like 3 or 4 stages.
No, yeah, but I mean, it still clears 1 through 3 automatically.
Right. I'm just saying, like, it's less work to do now when a new one. Like,
Yes,
you only have to do
I
2 stages now, which is kind of nice. Because I don't know about you, but I always feel like the final stage is usually a challenge, and the stage that has waves is usually a bit of a challenge. But the rest of it's just like, okay, let me just sit through 4 stages of fighting things.
Well, because like stage 4 and 5 are like levels 50 and 55.
Yeah.
So if you have a full team of 6 level 60 characters, you clear it with no problem anyway.
I always feel
it's nice that they're just like, we're removing those.
Just do it
because they were already just filler.
Yeah. I always feel like stage 5 is sometimes annoying because the enemy will be, the boss will be Fire Week, but there'll be 2 phases of ads first, and then the team that I'm using doesn't have any good grouping, and so like I'm losing time because of the waves of like small fry, not because I need to carry out the boss.
Sounds like a skill issue, fam.
It's probably a skill issue, fam. Brian,
also, small change to Deadly Assault. It'll give a recommended team.
Yep.
Which
a smart
they already kind of.
Yeah.
They started doing that with like, if you actually read the Deadly Assault instead of just like just slamming things in, it'll already say it. It'll be like, this boss is recommended for anomaly teams.
Mm-hmm.
So like they've already started doing that, and now it'll just straight up be like, this is who we think would be good.
They'll show you what other people have used, but you can also have Fairy go, here are the characters you have. This is probably a good team to use.
Which, again, is like the simulated battle.
Yep.
That's where they first started it, where Fairy would like auto-suggest teams if you really didn't care and just wanted her to pick.
Pretty nice. They continue to support people who refuse to read, which is great. Brian, there's so much.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't need to go over all of the events because we'll be going over them anyway when they come out. And we have, we could sit here and we could tell you the information that you would be able to find anyway, because it's very basic.
It's there.
I think we cover pretty much everything. All the like exciting optimizations, the changes, and the banners.
Yep. Let's make like a present and wrap this up then. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, whatever it is from your podcatcher of choice. Tell people if you like what we're doing and share our podcast with them. If you are interested in, if you've been kind of a lurker and you're interested in joining our like 6th Street social group within Zenless, join the Discord. You can find a link to our Discord in the show notes below. And you are fully in your right to jump in, find the link to join our team, and then completely mute the Discord. I totally get it. But it's kind of a cool group to hang out with. Our next episode will be out.
Eric.
Yes?
I just realized I haven't been recording for the last 45 minutes. December Fools! It's like April Fools, but a random day in December.
Okay, listen. My child is at home right now. There's no school while we're recording. Every minute we spend in this room is a minute I owe to my wife for being on solo parenting duty. Brian, the heart attack you just gave me. Genuinely shaking right now.
That is my Christmas gift to you. Heart palpitations.
I hate you so much. Oh, this will be our last ever episode because I can't keep doing this with Brian.
Last ever of this year.
Of this year, because the next episode will be out on January 8th. It'll be a new year. We will both have Ye Sheng Wang, I'm sure, because the patch will be out.
And we won't be talking about the story because that'll only be 1 week after. And I'm going to be super busy that week.
Yeah.
So I will not have had time to
so
do it.
What I should say is, assuming we can record within that week, we will both have Ye Sheng Wang. And if we can't, we'll figure something out. But expect for our next episode, we'll talk about Ye Sheng Wang, we'll talk about Zhao, we'll talk about current events and any other kind of beginning of year fun that we can address. Until then, y'all, good luck on your pulls. Happy Jingle Days.
Happy Honda Days.
Happy Honda Days. It's the Season of Savings event at 6th Street Underground.
Spend all your savings on Zenless Zone Zero.
Buy our merch. Buy our merch.
You know, Bell's brother. What's his name?
White, Winston, Wilson, William, Wallace, Walker, Whopper, Wombat, Weedle, Whooper, Whalmer, Wiglet, Wurmple, Wynot, Wooloo, Woobat, Ouija, Wiley, Wally, Walter, Wiggle, Waggle, Worsted, Water, Waves, Wuthering, Rango, Waddling, Willard, Wimbledon, Wagstaff, Winkleton, Willow, Wonka, Why Is This Sticky, Wanda, Risley, Sam Witwicky, Wilfred, Weber, Wrangler, Wigloff, Winnie, Watchdog, Wario, Winkoff, Wishy Washy Wash Show, Wolfgang, Wonka, Whiz Kid, Wilma, Wilbur, Wampa, West Worst, Won't Want, Wig, Wix, West, Whistle, Waco, Weiss, Wag, Waddle, Wish, Woody, War, Wrestle, Wade Wilson, Wonder Woman, Winnebago, Whippersnapper, Worm Tongue, Wakefield, Wormwood, Wingo, Rapper, Wickerbottom, Wheatley, Werewolf, Wendy, Waddle Dee, Waddle Doo, Where's Waldo? Whomst are you? All of these names and many more to try to remember who helps run our video store. A name so elusive and inconsistent. I give up. Let's just say second assistant. Thank you all so much for listening, and happy holidays from Eric and Brian.